What is up, though, Lions fans? We are back with installment number 4 of the UDFA videos. Now, we are going to get on to the defensive side of the football because we have been talking about offensive side of the football. I think we did one running back and 2 wide receivers. Now we're going to get into some defensive line, and I guess everybody is excited about this because it's a defensive lineman. And you know why you're excited about a defensive lineman. Now, is he an interior defensive lineman? Is he an edge? I guess we'll have to wait and see. This UDFA is none other than Keith Cooper Jr., defensive line, Houston. So let's get into a little bit about him. As I said, I'm trying to give you guys the most information possible. So if it's a long video and you're not interested in a long video and you want a short recap, a summary of the guy, I don't have that for you. But hey, if you want, go ahead and watch the video on 2x speed. It is what it is. But if you're here for all the info and all of the insights, I got that for you. Let's get started. Keith Cooper Jr. is an undrafted free agent defensive lineman signed by the Detroit Lions following the 2025 NFL Draft, a transfer from Tulane. Cooper spent his final collegiate season at Houston, earning second-team All-Big 12 honors. He presents intriguing size, listed 6'5", 280 pounds, and demonstrated notable disruption in college, particularly against the run, evidenced by strong PFF grades and consistent tackle for loss production. While his pressure and quarterback hit numbers were significant in 2024, his sack totals remained moderate, raising questions about his finishing ability or pass rush repertoire. Cooper offers significant special teams value, leading Houston in PFF special teams grade in 2024. He enters a very deep Lions defensive line room where his path to the 53-man roster is challenging. His profile suggests a potential fit as a rotational-based defensive end with core special teams ability, making the practice squad a likely initial destination for development. Okay, that's promising. We said defensive end. Okay, but he's 6'5", 280. Yeah, he's not going to chase down Lamar Jackson if he's going to be chasing anybody down. But hey, it is what it is. One thing that I'm noticing is everybody is transferring these days. Like, it's all, everybody's going to transfer. Gone are the days where someone starts at a university and finishes at a university, or starts at a university and comes out early, their junior year, from the same university. You're going to start at a university, you're going to do your freshman year there, then you're going to go to another one and do your sophomore year, then you're going to go to another one, do your junior year, and then you're going to leave. That's how it's going to work in these NIL days if they don't do something about it. Sign a contract, do something. All right. Background and measurables, college career trajectory and production. Keith Cooper Jr. began his collegiate career at Tulane playing linebacker initially. Ooh, that's a big linebacker. Before transitioning to the defensive line over 3 seasons, 2021 to 2023, and 39 games with the Green Wave, he accumulated 73 tackles, 17 tackles for loss, and 10.5 sacks, primarily aligning at right defensive end during his final season there. His performance included 5 sacks in 2023, ranking 8th in the American Athletic Conference. If he can come in and get 5 sacks, I know he's a UDFA. I know he's probably going to be on the practice squad. If he can come in on the defensive line and get as a defensive end and get 5 sacks, I'm on board, buddy. I'm on board. If he can come into the NFL and get 5 sacks, because nobody got 5 sacks other than Aidan Hutchinson. Nobody got 5 sacks. Zadarius Smith had 4 sacks, but he had 9 for the season, so we're not counting Zadarius Smith. And Brad Holmes isn't really counting them either. Okay? If you're picking up what I'm putting down, smash that like button. All right. So if he could have any type of sack production in the NFL that looks like what he had in college, I welcome it. Please, please get home. We need to sack the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Use the hashtag. All right, transferring to Houston for his senior season in 2024, Cooper adapted quickly to the Big 12, starting all 12 games at defensive end. He recorded a career-high 46 tackles, tied for the team lead with 8.5 TFLs, and led the Cougars with 3.5 sacks. His disruptive presence was further highlighted by leading the team with 27 pressures and ranking second among Big 12 edge defenders with 10 quarterback hits. This performance earned him second team All Big 12 honors from league coaches and third team recognition from Phil Steele. His background includes being a 3-star recruit out of Dickinson High School in Texas, ranked as a number 47 weak side defensive end nationally and a top 150 prospect in Texas. He was a 2-sport athlete in football and basketball. The shift from linebacker early in his Tulane career to a 280-pound defensive lineman at Houston signifies considerable physical development, potentially indicating untapped upside, but also suggesting he may still be refining techniques specific to playing defensive line at that size. So college statistics summary. All in all, in his freshman year, he played 12 games, sophomore 13, junior 14, senior 12, a total of 51 games. 0 starts his freshman year, 2 the next year, 13 the next year, 12 as his senior year, so a total of 27 starts. He had 13 solo tackles and 5 assists. So we're just gonna do the total tackles. So as a freshman, he had 18, sophomore 22, junior 33, senior 46, a total of 119. Tackles for loss, 4 as a freshman, 4 as a sophomore, 9 as a junior, 8.5 as a senior, 25.5 total. Sacks, 2 as a freshman, 3.5 as a sophomore, 5 as a junior, 3.5 as a senior, 14 total. 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. Picked up 22 yards on the fumble recovery. So, a little athleticism there, All right, physical measurements and athletic testing. Cooper possesses a large frame, listed consistently around 6'5" and weighing between 275 and 280 pounds during his final 2 collegiate seasons. Discrepancies exist, with some sources listing him at 6'4". You know how they do. They play with the, if he's wearing shoes, if he's not wearing shoes, if he's wearing cleats, if he's not wearing cleats. But he's 6'4", 6'5". It is what it is. Official measurements from his pro day participation are necessary for confirmation. Cooper participated in the Big 12 Pro Day held on March 18th to 21st, 2025, an event operated in partnership with the NFL, and we don't need to know all this. All right, so he didn't have the 40. We don't care. I guess if he's an edge, we do care about the 40, but we don't have that there. Again, this information is being compiled by my crack team of scouts in my scouting department. Sometimes you just don't have all the information available to you because, whether it's a small school guy, whether it's an unheralded guy, whatever it is, you don't always have all the information. So I'm giving you the information that my crack team was able to compile. The lack of widely published testing numbers for an all Big 12 player from a major televised pro day is significant. It could suggest that the results were not considered elite relative to his peers, potentially contributing to his undrafted status. Alternatively, it may simply reflect the reduced public dissemination of data for non-combine participants. So again, we didn't get much of anything at all. So yeah. Anyway, performance. See. So areas. Do we have any strengths or weaknesses? Okay, strengths. Run defense. Cooper exhibits consistently strong performance against the run. His PFF run defense grade of 78.8 ranked 5th among Big 12 edge defenders in 2024, following a 76.9 grade at Tulane in 2023 that ranked 6th in the AAC. This consistency across two different conferences and schemes suggests a reliable ability to set the edge and handle blockers at the point of attack. His production includes 8.5 TFLs in 2024 and 17 TFLs over 3 years at Tulane, indicating an ability to penetrate and make plays in the backfield. Film review is needed to confirm technique, but the metrics point to this being a core strength. All right. Pass rush, disruption, pressures, hits. While sack numbers are moderate, Cooper generated significant pressure. He led Houston with 27 pressures and 10 QB hits, second among Big 12 edge defenders in 2024. Specific game performance highlights this, such as 7 pressures against Arizona, ranking high among Power 4 edges that week, and 6 against TCU. This suggests he can effectively disrupt the pocket, even if he doesn't always finish the play himself. Motor and durability. Cooper played a heavy workload, logging 705 total snaps, 627 defensive in 2024. He started the final 27 games of his college career across Tulane and Houston. His personal motto involves working even when no one is watching, implying a strong work ethic. His high motor and availability are valuable traits. I wonder where they got personal mottos and from things and stuff like that from. So, you know, they did crack team of researchers and scouts. Physicality and size. Standing at 6'5" and 280 pounds, Cooper possesses the size profile desired for a strong side, a defensive end, or potentially a versatile lineman capable of playing multiple techniques. He was described as a physical specimen in post-draft analysis. Film study is required to assess his function if his functional strength consistently matches his frame. Special teams value. Cooper was a significant contributor on special teams at Houston, playing 77 snaps across all phases and earning an 81.8 PFF grade, which led the team. He also blocked a kick in 2024. This multi-phase contribution significantly enhances his value, particularly as a UDFA competing for a roster spot. Areas for development: pass rush, finishing, and pass rush plan. The most apparent area needing scrutiny is the conversion of pressures into sacks. His 3.5 sacks in 2024, despite leading the team in pressures and ranking highly in QB hits, suggests potential inefficiency. He should fit in pretty well with some of the people that we have on our defensive line who can't get to the passer. But that's another topic for another day. Anyway, furthermore, his PFF pass rush win rate is in limited one-on-one situations, 64 snaps, was low at 13.1%. 13.1% is pretty good, actually, if you think about it. Film review is essential to determine the cause. Is it a lack of elite closing speed or bend around the edge, or is it an underdeveloped pass rush plan lacking effective counter moves against more adept blockers? Addressing this is key to unlocking higher pass rush production. Do I need to say that we have Casey Rogers, who's according to most, the second best defensive line coach in the NFL? Also, he's a UDFA. So I don't know how much development is going to go on. If he makes the team, then yeah, there will be development. He has to make it for the right to be developed. But what I did see there is that he can win one-on-ones sometimes. That's something. That's something, right? Being able to win one-on-ones. Somebody do it. Okay, why me do it? You know what I mean? Anyway, technique refinement. Given his potential late transition to defensive line and substantial weight gain since his early college days, Cooper may still be refining his technique. Areas to evaluate on film include hand usage, timing, placement, violence, pad level, consistency, especially late in plays, block shedding technique against longer NFL tackles, and the diversity of his pass rush moves beyond initial power or speed rushes. No specific technical flaws were noted in the available reports, making film study paramount. Functional athleticism without verified testing data, right? We don't know how good of an athlete he is as far as, but you got to throw on the film and then you'll see how good of an athlete he is. Level of competition adjustment. While Cooper earned all Big 12 honors, transitioning to the NFL requires consistently defeating larger, more technically sound, and more athletic offensive linemen. Right. So we know this already. Okay. So college scheme, role, and alignment. I told you this was going to be a long video. We got a lot of stuff for this guy, even though we have very little. We got a lot, but a little. You know, you tell me how that works out. All right. Cooper served as a full-time starting defensive end in his final 2 collegiate seasons at Tulane in 2023. All 13 of his starts came at right defensive end. At Houston in 2024, he started all 12 games at defensive end, playing 627 defensive snaps. His high snap count indicates he was trusted on all downs. Okay, it's a 3-down player. That's good. Film review is needed to specify his exact alignment techniques. Example 5 technique, wide 9. But his primary role was clearly on the edge. His size, 280 pounds, is substantial for a traditional edge rusher, suggesting potential versatility to align further inside in certain packages or fronts at the NFL level, particularly if elite edge bend is lacking. He also played a vital role on multiple special teams units. All right, so let's go to his fit with the Lions. There was more. I just didn't read it because there's a lot. There's a lot of information. My crack team, they cracking, baby. You get it. All right. Anyway, so fit within the Detroit Lions defensive scheme. Aaron Glenn's defensive scheme is no longer. It's I almost called him Lito Shepherd. If y'all know Lito Shepherd, y'all know. If y'all don't, you're too young. It's okay. It's not him anymore. It's not Aaron Glenn. It's Coach Kelvin Shepherd. All right. The scheme values multiplicity, physicality, relentless motor, and stout run defense, traits that align well with Keith Cooper Jr.'s profile. The Lions' defensive line in 2025 appears built with an emphasis on size and stopping the run, potentially prioritizing power over pure speed rush off the edge. Always doing that. Always prioritizing something other than speed. Anyway, let's continue. Cooper's documented strength in run defense, high PFF grades in 2 conferences, and his substantial size, 6'5", 280, fit this philosophy. His high snap count and significant special teams contributions suggest the motor and work ethic valued by the Lions coaching staff and front office. Motor and work ethic is what we value. Yes. Yes. Motor and the work ethic will get you far. So far. How far? That's the question. Sometimes, hard work outworks talent when talent won't work hard. That's cool. But what happens when talent does work hard and you waste it? That's my question. If y'all got an answer for it, throw it in the chat. So anyway, the primary question regarding his scheme fit revolves around his pass rushing potential and specific alignment. While he generated pressure in college, his sack totals were modest. In Shepherd's defense, edge players must set a firm edge against the run, a role Cooper seems well suited for. His size offers potential versatility beyond a traditional edge role. He could function as a strong side base end in a 4-3 look, or potentially reduce inside in sub packages, adding depth across multiple positions. This versatility could enhance his value, especially if he proves capable against NFL guards in pass rush situations. He demonstrated special teams prowess is his demonstrated special teams prowess is a significant asset in competing for a role under Shepherd and special teams coordinator Dave Phipp. So that is what we have on Keith Cooper Jr. Originally started in Tulane, finished up in Houston. So there's a lot to like about the guy, obviously. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, there's a lot to like about the guy. Obviously, he's a UDFA, so I'm not gonna jump and scream and tell you he's the next Dick Butkus or whatever, because that was a linebacker. Or he's the next Lawrence Taylor. I'm not gonna sit up here and say these things. He's a UDFA. If he makes the team first, let's not put the cart before the horse. Okay. Let's not do that. But could be exciting if he makes the team. Like I said, hell, if you can give me 3.5 sacks off the edge, opposite Aidan Hutchinson, because nobody got that. Nobody got 3.5 sacks or more, other than Zadarius Smith, who's not here and who came here at the trade deadline. He didn't start the season here. He started in Cleveland, right? So that is what that is. However, if the guy, like I said, if he makes it, then that's sweet. If he doesn't make it, then that's expected, right? He's then looked at as a guy that was picked in the 7th round or whatever, right? When really in reality he was a UDFA. So that is going to be it for Keith Cooper Jr. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, if you like these long form videos with lots of information about these UDFAs, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you share. Let everybody know what's going on around here. And make sure you let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments below if you prefer this kind of video with all this information for these UDFAs. All right. And as always, the Motor City Cats are back at it. We came to give you stats, none of that static. And whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. And we are out of here. Peace. What up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy Motor City Don P here. Listen, if you want to continue keeping your Lions news pragmatic, if you want to keep getting the stats and none of that static, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share and let everybody know what's going on around here. And turn on your notifications, because how else would you know that we're up in here keeping your Lions news pragmatic? Appreciate you once again, and we are out. Peace.